everybody. How is it going? This is Patrice, also known as Naturally Treese from Daddy-Daughter Discussions. And today I'm here to talk to my great friend, Miss Nomalanga Moses. And she can be found on healthyblackwoman.com or successfulblackwoman.com. How are you doing today, Miss Nomalanga?
I'm doing great, Patrice. How are you?
I'm doing good. So for those who may not know, this is a segment of Your Black World called Your Black Women, where black women come together and we keep it real. So today's topic is this crazy story that I read about, and it is about a young lady by the name of Toya Wright, who was married to Lil Wayne, rapper Lil Wayne, and now she's married to someone else named Mickey Wright, and his producer name is Memphitz. I'm sorry. And so basically what happened in this story, Nomalanga, is they did a reality show about getting a divorce because they're actually going through a divorce right now. And he was asked by a therapist if he has ever cheated on his wife. And he said, not without a hall pass. And this remark basically caught everybody off guard because she admitted to giving this man 8 hall passes a year to have sex with other women, no questions asked. I thought this would be an interesting topic because I'm a single woman and you're a married woman with beautiful children. So could you please tell me what you think about this? Because it's just really strange that they're going through a divorce and he got 8 hall passes a year. So my thought is, well, what did these hall passes actually do for their marriage? Because they're still going through a divorce. So how do you feel about that?
Okay, so there's a lot of things going on here, but I have a few questions, and I understand you may not be able to answer the questions. But my first question is, with this hall pass, exactly, what is she giving him permission to do? In terms of, okay, maybe it gives him permission to be with another woman, have sex, just put it out there as plain as it can be. But there's levels, okay? Is he using protection? Does his wife know these women? I don't know. I have questions. However, it may surprise you for me to say this, but I don't immediately have a reaction of, oh, hell no to that. And I'll tell you why. The first reason is marriage, much like life, is what you make it. Okay? If that's what they were doing, that's what they agreed, and it worked for them. Now, if they're going through a divorce, of course, I'm starting to question if it worked. However, there could have been problems in another area, and that area worked. That's the first question is, if it works for them, fine. Marriage is what you make it, just like life. It's what you make it. You set the boundaries. You set the rules, what is normal, what's acceptable. If he accepts it and she accepts it, it's none of our business. It works for them, and that's how it should be. That's the first point. So what do you think about that?
Well, what I think about it is it couldn't have worked too well because, basically in the interview that they did, he said that he doesn't want a divorce. He doesn't want to get a divorce. She does, however. Okay. And he said that he is okay with living in his separate house, having sex with other women, but he still wants to be married to her. And I think that her issue with it was that he's not going to live as a single man while she's living as a married woman. But if you allow your man to have 8 hall passes, then you're pretty much giving him the right to live as a single man while you live as a married woman. Now, one of my issues with this is when she was asked about the hall passes, the first thing that she said was, well, he doesn't like rules. I don't give a damn about whether he likes rules or not. If that's my husband and this is the way that it's supposed to be, then you understand that what happens in a marriage is you don't get to just cheat on me. Now, I do understand if situations happen because men make mistakes, but I'm not going to...
And women.
Exactly. Most definitely. But I'm not just going to give you hall passes to go out and cheat on me because that's basically telling me that I'm letting you know that this is okay, and it's not okay. I've always said, and I've told my mother this and my father this in any relationship that I've been in, if I don't know about it, then I can't get upset. But if you say, hey, babe, I'm going to use a hall pass today, that lets me know you're going to go and have sex with somebody else. So I feel like she she just gave him the opportunity to live as a single man already, and now that he's actually saying, I want to live as a single man, but I still want to be married, she has an issue with it. So I feel like she kind of opened the door for that to happen.
Okay, so a few things. Being single doesn't just mean, or being together or being married, whether you're in a relationship, a long-term relationship, or you're married, what defines whether you're together or not is not the fact that you're having sex with each other. That's not the only definition. There's a lot of other things. Being married and being committed could be we're raising these kids together, and maybe he's an outrageously great father. Maybe he's a really good provider. Maybe he does so many other things which make him a wonderful partner. But in this area, for whatever reason, we don't know. For whatever reason, they've decided to open the parameters of what we find acceptable and make it okay for that. Now, I personally think it's not okay, but I try to be open-minded enough to recognize that, again, marriage is what you make it. And for different people, it could look like different things. The second thing that I'll bring up is that a lot of people frame their marriage within the context of, I'm a man, you're a woman, and this is a biblical union. In other words, religion is embroiled in that. And then the words like fidelity come up. So if I'm with somebody else as a married woman, that's infidelity. And if my husband is with somebody else, that's infidelity, okay? But we also have to expand our thinking and understand that not everybody defines their marriage within that little box. There are people who get married all the time, and they're not necessarily Christians, or they don't have any religion, or they just choose not to put it in that little box. And then the other thing that I'll also come up with is, and this surprises people a lot when I say it, I have no objection to polygamy. Okay, I've seen it work. It does sometimes work. Now, it's not for everybody. I'm in a monogamous marriage. I have been for 10, going on 11 years. One man, one woman. That's it. Okay. I'm not gonna get polygamous. My husband's not gonna get polygamous. Okay, so I'm not saying that that's what I want or that's what I'm doing, but I do accept that it happens and it works for some people. So we always have to be looking at things from a broader perspective. Now, if he said that he was going to be faithful to her and she expected that from him and then he cheated, then we can join her and be mad with her. Like, how dare he? But if she actually opened her mouth and told him, you can do this, I'm not sure what the problem is.
Well, I can't disagree with you on that. Because, I mean, I was just thinking, like, well, I mean, if you give him the right to cheat, then why are you so angry? Like, why are we even doing this divorce show? Like, I mean, it just, I don't know. Maybe it's more to the story, but you're right. Not every relationship is one size fits all. I just know that if I know about it, then we have a problem. If I don't know, then there's no way that we can have a problem. I mean, but that's being honest. If I don't know about my husband cheating, then how can I be upset? Because I don't have anything to be upset about. So.
Oh, honey, you might find out because you got an itch and you don't know where it's coming from, and then you find out that it's snuck in there because of something that he did. Or a woman might come knocking at your door and say, I'm pregnant, or what are you doing with my man? I mean, it shows up in many different ways, even when women tell themselves they turn a blind eye. But that's a story for another day.
Well,
the other thing that I wanted to bring up,
Go ahead.
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to bring up, there was a famous couple, I think they both passed on, Ruby Dee. Have you heard of Ruby Dee? She was an actress. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember what her husband's name was. I remember covering an article some years ago at Healthy Black Woman that said that when they were talking about their relationship, they've been married forever, longer than you and I have both been alive combined. And they were married and they had a beautiful marriage, a beautiful relationship, but they shared that at some point in their relationship, they'd actually tried an open relationship, which essentially is giving each other hall passes. But it worked both ways. She had one, he had one. And what happened was after they did that, they got to a point where they were like, okay, yeah, that's not going to work. They tried it and it didn't work. And I'm wondering if with this couple that we're talking about, Toya Wright and her husband, she may have in theory thought, okay, let me see, he doesn't like rules, so let me remove the rules and give him permission to do this. But then after she gave him the reason, the feeling that she had afterwards was, oh no, I can't do this. It seemed okay when I was thinking about it in my mind, but the reality of it is, no, it won't work. And maybe he won't revert back to total monogamy. So, it could be. What do you think?
I definitely think that might have been the problem, because I know sometimes in relationships, when you give a person an inch, they literally take a mile, and then they take that mile, and it turns into 1,000 of them, and they don't went across the whole damn country and slept with everybody that came across their path. So that definitely could have been the problem. But I do think that when you open a door for somebody, some people don't know how to go back out of that door and go where they need to go. You know what I mean? So It can be a problem, but I mean, I really don't have anything else to say. Would you like to close out this conversation, or do you have any more remarks you'd like to make?
Well, yeah, I think it may be a little surprising for most people, because you'd expect most women to say no. That's absolutely not acceptable. But I just want to encourage people to be open-minded. I'm not saying, I know there are going to be commenters who are going to be angry at me and say, how dare I say that, and how could I encourage men to cheat and all that. That's not what I'm saying at all. All I'm saying is, if those were the parameters that they drew for their relationship and it worked for them in that area of their life, then so be it. That's all I'm saying. And I think what you're saying is, which is a very valid point of view, is, that might work for them, but it doesn't work for me. And it doesn't work for a lot of people that I know. And again, that's also a very valid position.
All right, guys. Well, with that being said, thank you all for watching. Nomalanga, thank you for joining me today. It was a true pleasure.
Thank you, Patrice.
My pleasure. So anyways, you guys can find Nomalanga, a healthy Black woman and successful Black woman. And you can also find me with Daddy-Daughter Discussions with Dr. Boyce Watkins, as well as naturallymois.com. Thank you all so much. And once again, this is Your Black Women, where Black women come together and keep it real. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what you want to know. And we will definitely give you the real. So thank you all so much, and have a great day.